Okie dokie. I'm ready, it's just that, I forgot to turn on the model. Think. Blah. Hey, there we are. Uh-huh. And should be good to go. We should be able to... Oh, hold on a second. Can't forget. Boink and boink. Full for music. They're pretty great. Can't exactly turn that off for this one because... yeah. It's just a stream where that stays on, huh? We can, however, open up Krita. And we want to work on this one more. It looks surprisingly nice, you know? I'm kinda happy about it. So... yeah. I forgot to set up my drawing tablet thing. Yes, so I got blah 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 blah. Boink. Oh, my Twitch bot isn't running, huh? Okie dokie. And we gotta go. Yeah, like that. Awesome. Then... yes. Should be all good. Right. So now that's that. I kind of actually want another tree there-ish, but not yet. So that's the 6th tree. Let's get another tree in here, I think, after we get the background black. It's a little tricky because all the colors are gone from my palette, you know? So we're just gonna have to, I guess, color pick from them. Tricky, huh? So there was a... yeah, there's a blue-green one that I want to make sure I get in there. That was a little bit, rarer. Tree! You're absolutely correct, Grace. It is a tree. One might even call it a tree and a half. Get this one. Not sure how big I want this gap to be. Probably to there. Well, I was working on branches before, weren't I? Wasn't I? Okay. This other brown in there. It's gonna be hard to tell if we've done this right or not. You know? Actually, hang on. No one will be able to really tell if I were to just kind of go like this, you know? Layer transform mirror horizontally. Whoops. If I go like this, maybe. Let's hide everything else. Maybe not everything else. I want to see where the boundary is right now. And then you go back there-ish. Yeah, so maybe something like this. And then I just go and erase the parts that have already been filled in. Okey-dokey. How's it look? That's good, that's good. So then, the next tree is going to be T7, it seems. Oops. That's the end of the group. This one will be up. I first want to extend the tree there. Alright, so I'm gonna want to take this. Right, and some blue one. Some of this lighter gray. And then some of this darker one. And back here, will in fact just fill in with it. Okie dokie. Does need to get darker. We're going to need to mix in some darkers. And back here, how does it look? Actually, a lot more of the everything's red. Heh, it's all confusing. It'll be good enough, I think. Maybe. Yeah. So then we just gotta put a smaller tree here and a bigger tree there and a smaller tree there. In fact, we don't even technically have to do a full tree over there. We can like copy something from over here and rough it up a little so that it doesn't look like these are actually the same. Grab this. This isn't the right brush. Oh golly, I can't even remember what brush we needed. This one? No. it? No. I can't even remember. In favorites? No! I didn't put in my favorites. Urba. Slurp paint. Oh boy. I feel like it was more solid than that. Like it was smaller than that. Maybe I had to shrink it. Like 10. Dang it. So it definitely is one that tapers somewhat. It's a very distinct shape, I would think. Is it an ink thing, actually? Tricky. I'd have hoped I would recognize it. But that might be a bit too much to ask for. I think I can be a little bit confident that is in the paint section. Right? And then it's just a matter of finding the right shape. Golly, how is it done? You know what? I can actually go over to my channel and close this tab and scroll down to my last art stream. Oh, you're on here somewhere? Yes. If I look at this, then we can perhaps find the brush we're looking for. Oh, except we spend most of our time looking at... No! Any time at all looking at the brush? I can at least kind of get it. Oh, this is mean to me behavior. Golly. Alright, well, that'll be just hard to find, I guess. I feel like that's almost it, right? It's just like none of these are coming to that same, like, taper. So I'm like, what the heck, you know? This one's too blurry. Oh, this one could be it, maybe? Don't quite think so. It's kind of close. Golly, this is mean to me. Why does the first 20 minutes have to be just figuring out what brush I was using? Is it this one? Absolutely not. Okie dokie. Fine by me. We'll just keep looking. Is it you? Oh, you? No, those are watercolors. Is it this one? Kinda seems like it, huh? Let's try it. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna add this one to favorites then. Do. Then we'll use one of this one. Okie dokie. It kind of fits in. Alright. Let's try like this. Okie dokie. Let's get some of the grass in. Gonna have to hide the fog. Being a weird little goofball who's actually being a good employee for once tonight is why I'm being quiet. Okay, no worries. I hope it's a good time. Oh, I see. I do have to grab the weights. In all my preparations, I did not grab the weights. So, we're gonna go do that really quickly. I'm gonna go grab those. Okie dokie. I'm back. And I've got to Bing. Switch that to there. Wonderful news. Okie dokie. Once again, I don't know how much weight this is. It's just what I could find. I don't know where the dumbbells went, so it's hard to get a good amount of weight that I can actually measure and carry. Which are the two important things. So, it's a little tricky. I'm doing my best. I don't exactly have my own weights. I'm borrowing my family. So, that's how that all is. But we'll just really quickly do these squats. Hang on, just one more second. Taking a sip of water. And I forgot a thing. Now we're all good to go. Shush. Sip the water there. It will be fine. Alright. Just 50. It'll be fine. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. There you go, Grace. Thank you, thank you. Put these weights down. Oh golly. I had to set them on the floor there because I didn't have enough spot for them. Which the tracker didn't like. What? Oh. Alright. Like so. And we're back. Very good. Very, very good. Alright. We got a green here. Oh yeah, this is definitely the right brush. So that's a good thing. So we found that. bit silly that it's kind of curved up that way, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice. Yep, all fine. Okie dokie. This one's actually not right yet. I just go like this and cover them up. That's a bit better, or at least matches up a bit better with the others. Maybe I'm lessen the effect a little, since it's not meant to be like a major focus point. Alright, that'll be good. Yeah. Whew. It's warm up here. Certainly is. I'm just wearing like an undershirt and my little shorts. Golly. What if I chose to be an itsy beansy bit less? What do you mean less? Makes no sense, Grace is what they call you. So what if I put a big old rock here? Let me find a good reference. Silly rain. I need to find a good reference for specifically boulder in forest. I just need a little reference, you know? Yeah, let's try nothing. So maybe we flip it around a little. Maybe we even just find a different one. Hang on. But it's that kind of rock, you know? Yeah, we'll maybe go like... like this maybe. And I can draw like, maybe not a tree, but something behind it. That sort of fills the space there. Let's see. Gotta keep OBS open so I can see if y'all are having opinions, or if you hate me. Let me see. So there's gonna be that line that goes across like this. Right? And there's also gonna be a bunch of moss on it. There's also going to be some light on it. I'd like to imagine that this rock actually should be here-ish, huh? I'll leave the fog hidden for now though. But the rock kind of goes in front of the grass. And then there would be another layer of grass, I think, in front of the rock. The texture of the rock will have to be much different, you know? So that one's all curved, but I thought I'd make this one a little pointy, you know? I'll figure out how to do that later. For now, we continue like this. Boing. No, this is a bad idea. So I guess at this point, like in my perfect world, this tree blocks the light from the top part of there, you know? It wouldn't be exactly like that, it'd be a little bit more desaturated and gray for this one. But it'd still be a very nice warm light, so maybe it'd go like this. But it's still kind of grayish. And it should darken. I like it. So I will go up like this. Right, and then there'll be shadow. Kinda, so this is mostly meant to be a crack in the rock rather than a curve. So I'm kind of wanting to not, so imagining that like this is mostly flat, like some curve around, so I'd go like this. You know? Go kind of like this, and then that'd be kind of like the highlight, quote unquote. And then we'd have a little shadow here because I'm picturing that the tree would be on the same level, blocking the light. Hard to get that full effect. Because this should also kind of be coming out of it more this way, right? Tricky. Hard to see this as anything but a curve, you know? So let's work on that. Right now this still feels really out of place. I feel like actually I go like this. Just so it's not so perfect. We can try bring the light onto it a little. And you know, maybe we just say forget about it and just make these full curves. So I don't think so. So hesitant about that. I also think that the shadow idea there isn't quite gonna work. Let's forget about all this for a second. We have a fun lumpy rock. Need to let's actually try putting moss on it first, right? Moss first with the cracks, and then after that we can worry about the other parts, right? So we're going to want a bit of a dark green. And it's going to want to be away from the light, actually, is where most of it will go. And then that will be a crack there, eventually. And then there'd be a bit of green here, so that hides from the light a little. And then a bunch back here, because this hides from the light a lot. Right? And then, make a crack in the rock, huh? I suppose has to be like a straight line to start, right? And so use this. Here, make this go like that, perhaps. And then we've got to like separate the two pieces of rock a little. And then I think it'll help to emphasize depth if we add like a little extra darkness right down the middle there. Then of course it wouldn't make sense if it didn't come through on some parts, right? It just wouldn't make sense. So that should be all good. So that definitely looks like it's been cut, but it doesn't look like it's a rock that has a crack in it, right? So let's take another look at the reference. Part of it is that it's got to be less even, because rock doesn't especially care what the straightest line is. It cares what the path of least resistance is, you know? So let's try like this. Also noticing that they don't tend to stop in the middle so much. Let's try like this. A little bit, and then this can come up like that. That can be a little crack there, and then like that. I'll put another piece snaking this way up. Right? Right. Something a little bit like that, so it kind of hints that there's possibly a crack going to be there somewhere. Then maybe try golly. Let me see. Sure is tricky. Ooh. Okay. Now the problem is that it doesn't like match anything that's around here. So we're going to go like this. I think the problem was that I was trying too hard to make it orangey before. Right? When rock really does tend to just be black and white for the most part. Let me try and shade this in a way that hints at shape a little. Okay. I feel like shading it like that isn't quite right. That's slightly better. I think that this ought to come down a lot more. Right? But maybe not quite in that fashion. Okay. Kind of tricky. Because I don't know how to do this. Kinda getting there. Kinda not. Getting the moss right will help. That's not it. Save here. I think we just need a few like spots of this lighter color. Maybe like random each patches of this darker one. Sort of scuff it up, maybe. Oops. Oh boy, this is hard, huh? We will, I think, want to put this underneath wherever we can. Looks like that's basically nowhere anyway, so that's fine. Yes, so got this big old rock and it feels like it's not at all part of the scenery, you know? I use some of this to make it very explicitly behind the tree over there. Like that's not like it's still definitely part of the rock under the color. But it's like back there, you know? So maybe we go like this. Nope, doesn't work. Mayhaps I have just failed at drawing a rock. Excellent work today. Yeah, excellent work, ma'am, today. That's your opinion of it? I wasn't looking at chat for a moment there. I wasn't seeing your opinion. But I'm not so sure. Especially since trying to texture it a little. It's hard because the way I'm doing this works really well for texturing the trees, but kind of less well for these rough, you know? Okey-dokey. So that's all well and good. But now it's just not dark enough. So we're going to need to work on darkening things. And also reintroducing the moss that got brushed over. Right? This moss is definitely on top of the rock, not the other way around. Right? Alright. And the moss ought to change colors a little. So it's not just always the same. Especially down here in this darkest area here. And then this shadowed part here. I feel like it might not be so drastic a drop off of the light. Actually not around there. So it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of bad. Golly. Tricky. Not enough shadows right now. And maybe too much moss up there. Stop being mean. Grace, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. You don't really get to that kind of answer by sugarcoating things, I would think. Yeah, that's good, I think. Okay, okay. Bit better. Let's continue to bring up the shadows. I don't think my art teacher would like this at all. Not that I have an art class right now, of course. I'm talking about my high school art teacher. It wasn't clear. Okay. Yeah, might just be doomed, huh? Never doomed. No, it's kind of doomed. Let's get the dark one. It's not gonna look the greatest in isolation right now. Get it looking solid and see how it looks when everything's more filled in. Yeah, but it should look decent now, you know? It shouldn't look like this right now, you know? It should look better. It's not gonna be perfect, obviously, but it can be better. I think it looks great. Yeah, but it's just wrong, you know? I think maybe I need to shave off this a little. That's better, I think, compared to that. I don't. And I also think this needs to come shaved a bit. And this is starting to become less pronounced. Maybe this shaves a little too. Okay. Oops. That's better at least. Although with the reduced shape there, might mean that I gotta bring these light sources up a little more. Okay. So I've definitely gotta push the dark values, like, to the ends of the earth and back. Because this is way too much middle ground, you know? We're starting, like, completely, just like, I think we might honestly just want to start. And it's not quite that dark, but I think we want to introduce a new darkest for this, or for the shadows here. Alright, and then we can take the second darkest now, start building that up. Right? Now we can start getting some darker colors in. Is that the right one? No, that's the wrong. This is the right one. So now, having a new darkest will allow us to start bringing in the rest of the dark to the rest of this, which it desperately needs, I think. I think it's just too bright for the kind of rock and the positioning of the rock. Draws the eye because it looks bad. And yeah, that's the right thing. Okay. Kind of want slightly lighter one that isn't quite there. Slightly lighter still. Yeah. And this one I can just kind of put all over the place. For both texturing, mostly as a border between these two. Right? And then the tricky part is, these trees only have the 3 colors, right? And here we've got like 4 or 5, so it's not ideal, you know, because the low shading is part of the style I was hoping for a little bit, like lower effort shading, I guess. But it does not seem like that's what we're going to be getting. At least not in this part. Which means I might have to go back to the trees at some point and add in a couple more shades. We're going to also need that in there, so... Okay, it's starting to look a little better. The moss is all wrong. Not up at the top, but at the bottom. I think this is decent, but here is not. I mean, obviously it's because I just covered up a bunch of it, but even if I fix that, it still isn't right. I think I need to fade out the moss more, so that it covers more ground and it also more seamlessly transitions back into regular rock area. I mean, that might have to be good enough. At least it fits in more. You know, the style doesn't look entirely out of place. Especially with these bushes. Have I mentioned how much I love these bushes? They're so pretty. Golly. You're ridiculous, Grace. You're ridiculous. Fish. Minus 1 trillion points for being ridiculous. So we're gonna take the slider. Not that much. Maybe we'll make it warmer instead. We'll grow it a little bit. Fill in some of these gaps. Kind of like a mold, almost. Oh yeah. Lots on my mind right now. Just That's no good at all. Don't like when lots of things are on my mind. It seems harder. But oh well. If I were to make it like this and here, and sprinkle in some of these warmer colors, this is still a living thing, it's still beneficial, still pretty. Like I said before, fill in some of these gaps, especially. It's just healthy moss. Like so. I want just like one little patch of moss in the sun. That one's going to be pretty yellow, huh? That way it'll balance it out. You can kind of see how it's very left, right, uneven with the moss, the way the color goes. So I'd like to put a little bit in the sun here to sort of remedy that. Oops. Not like that at all, though. That's odd. Okay, well, it'll be fine. I'll just go and... My Control Z is not working. That's very strange. Yeah, undo is just broken right now. It's a little odd. But I guess I can't complain too much, right? Worse things have in fact happened. Ah, blah 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 blah. Hey Sharky. You're adorable, you know. I think that's way too blue. I hope you're doing good, Sharky. My undo key isn't working. I'm gonna like close Krita and reopen it. Why am I going over this? Krita's not on Steam. Aw, I'll say it. You're my favorite, you know, Sharky. And you have reminded me to take a little break. Whoops. It's a little unfortunate timing because you just got here after all, but it is time and I do want my little break. So I will be right back and I'll be talking to you, don't worry. Wait, put me in the box. Aww. Cute behavior. But yeah, I will have to be right back. Okie dokie. I'm back. Oh, getting a quick little break from looking at it. My neck kind of hurts. Golly. We don't need the animation timer now that I think about it. Funny how that works. But yes. I still think this might be a little too blue. Oh, and of course all our colors are gone again. That sucks. More wife. Hi, wife. I think actually at some points along this that like almost completely go away, you know? Like so, yeah. Okay, that would probably be good enough now. Golly, this is hard. I put this rock here because I didn't want to draw another tree right now. But now I've got to figure out what, like, other woodland shrubbery to put in. So, that's how that is. The fog still looks nice. That's a plus. That's a bonus. I guess I can go ahead and make grass too. Trying to give it the sense that it's going from out of it as well as around it and such. It's not like the grass will suddenly start growing shorter around this rock. It's all pretty much one or two kinds of grass, so kind of consistent. Right? I do feel like we need a little sapling right in front here. Kind of like that one. So it will have to be in front. If I grab 2, then over on this, I can go and make a point. Golly, it feels like it ought to be like right here, you know? That's just a hunch, I suppose. I'd like to set to disappear for a bit. Alright. It blends in really well with the grass, unfortunately. But it'll be fine. Let's get that color for the shadows. Alright. So that'll be fine. And then let's also get our highlight for the wood. A little bit on the tips, just like before. And then let's get that nice... Golly, I like the way this looks, huh? Let's get that nice green. Right? It's not terrible. Let's get this green as well. For some of these tips. Alright. Then we're gonna have to make some grass come up around it here, just for evenness. And we're gonna want to have more leaves. You can tell it's a bit of a different kind of tree than the other one. Okay. Then it also makes no sense at all to completely ignore the middle of the tree. The green. So let's also touch on it there. There we go. It's a very small tree. It's a sapling. But it's good. It's good, it'll be fine. Put this back in here. And we see a problem. It blends in too much there, huh? Alright, then I will go ahead and just like paint on a little more green onto the overlap so that's a little more distinct. Yeah, okay, that works. Or so I think, anyway. Uh-huh. It's nice how we're starting to get stuff moving forwards a bit. We should probably continue that, huh? Because we want one of these bushes right here, didn't we? This will probably have to be fog 1. We actually might go beneath these. Right? You see like that? So if the fog is in the back part exclusively. I'll figure out what I'm doing there. Later. Alright. Let's see. Hide this. I want to put run foreground bush like that, and we can go and get ourselves this color and start drawing it in. All right. Double the brush size. This will take ages otherwise. We're also going to need this darker one. Mostly for parts. Well, not very much, but many parts. But we're still going to need to cover the entire afforded area. So having a little variety at first would be good. With this sort of less saturated one, you get a lot of that one in. Oh, sounds like it's over. We can play the next one. This one's also 4-4 music, as you might guess. Just has to load up. Yep. So that's how that is. Looks like we've also got this sort of thing. That's a good green right there. Okey-dokey. I want that green again. So we start with. Because now that we're so close, we don't have the luxury of ignoring detail, you know? Now that we're up close to this one, this bush, we have to make it look very nice. I'm filling some of these gaps with this darker one. Especially if I go underneath for that. Yes. Hang on. Oh, I see. There we go. And then let's grab this one. And let's try and make the colors mean something. This will be kind of a down low shading. not exactly shadows. I want this one but lighter. No. This one but cooler maybe? Cooler and lighter. There we go. So this one will be primarily this color then. This side. Then we'll get the fanciest green. And then let's keep in this style. No. Oh yeah, this is actually bad. I'm getting rid of it. I'm tired. Bit of a long day. Could have been longer, of course. I woke up at 7-ish. To get to school by 9. I had 2 classes today. Programming I was late to because the bus was late. Then physics later, which I was on time for, but I fell asleep in a little bit. I had work after for a couple hours. It was alright, but it's always pretty chill time. I hope I didn't do anything wrong while I was there, to be honest. It's unlikely, but possible, you know? Hey! You're adorable. I'm just rambling to myself a bit about today. And... well, I don't know. Maybe I should start drawing in that pond, huh? The edge of the water. It's going to be a very interesting color. I'm gonna start out by using this color for it, right? No, I'm not. That won't work. You can still use this color, I think, but it's going to have to be the same brush, just for consistency. And no, I can't use this color, actually. That'd be... that one, maybe? Okay. Well, drawing water at this angle is kind of tricky for me. I want to get that same curve because I like the curve there, you know? That's good. I guess I will do it like this and then I'll get proper water later. But the main point right now is that we've got to put mud there. You know? Most strokes going like this. I feel like it's only proper. I first make it a bit muddier. do want it to be a little bit red, you know? Help differentiate from the trees. But it might have to be darker than this. I actually think it's not going to be quite the way I thought at first. So I will want to kind of keep the strokes all going that direction. So I'll get rid of these ones. And I'll put some of these ones back. Hey! Are you the Timmy I'm thinking of? Because if so, hello. And if not, hello too. I want to make it clear it's hello either way. You are wonderful. Good to have you here. I don't normally go around telling people that I know about my streaming if they don't know them online already, but you happen to find it on your own through the Discord profile, probably. It's no worries. All good. This is what we've been working on today. Obviously, about half of this was from the last time we worked on it. So don't go thinking I'm that good at art or anything. Golly. A bit tricky. Whoops. Saw on your Discord? Yeah. So we're probably gonna want a darker muddy color. Your eye is good? I've never known art to be defined by speed. Well, that's fair. Maybe I would have wanted to switch the places of these two browns. Oh well. I think I'm gonna stick with it like this for now. It is going alright. Let's see. It's hard to exactly phrase it, but it definitely could be going better, is what I'd want to get across. But you know what, it's fine, it's fine. I think I'm correctly conveying that this is muddy, so that's good. And the parts that are lapping up at the shore have a bit of white. Yeah. And then where it recedes from the shore, there'd actually be a bit of a darker brown. I like the very edge of the water because it's just gotten wet. Does that make sense? Not at all of it. Not at all of it. Really, this is meant to be that darker brown now that I think about it. Let's try and go like this. Let's make it a very thin piece here because of the foreshortening. Right? yes. Except also no. Makes this part up here even teensy beensier. Okay. It's not terrible, I guess. Oops. We're gonna have a person in the water here, right? So then we probably want the water to come up around. Oops, where they're going to the actual shoreline. Is that the case? If we had person how their arm would be like this. Like that kinda. I don't know. But I think it is pretty clear that does not need to be there. It's tricky because I don't know how to do water. Water and people are two things I struggle with like the most. I don't know how to make fluids work. Witchcraft. Let's get the green of the grass. Start blending things in, huh? Good luck, thank you. Thank you, Sam. Alright, good, put this back down. Well, actually, no. Oops. Maybe we do leave this out of 32 for a bit longer, huh? Help us differentiate the front and the back. Alright. So we're going to want to have somebody sitting on a bunch of grass over here. So it'll help a bit if the thing is a bit bigger. Be kind of there-ish. I'm also gonna need to put rocks and stuff in the mud here. I'm going to need a new grass layer in a bit. Yeah, so tricky. I'll put the fog back on and draw it here. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. That's part of the reason for the fog. Help differentiate foreground from background. You're gonna go to bed? Okay. I won't be too much longer. Hope you have a great sleep though. Want me to wait for you? Only if you want to, because obviously you're EP, so I don't want to keep you up much. But yeah, I will finish soon, so it's up to you. We're starting to kind of get somewhere too. That's kind of nice. Alright, this little patch of grass. And then there'll be a bush here. It'll be okay. The perspective, tricky decision. Here, it's gonna be 10 minutes for me at most. Right? So, if you want to go to bed now, that is just fine. And if you don't, if you want to wait those 10 minutes, then you can wait those 10 minutes. It is in your hands. Now let's take this yew grass. Huh? That's too dark. What about this one? That's too dark. Too blue. Yeah, that's good. What I'm trying to get is like a little thing that can go underneath the grass. But it's kind of tricky, because I don't know. I think I'm gonna choose the lazy decision and just go to bed now, right? I am gonna print screen though and get a screenshot so I can show Discord what I've done today. No, I will leave this going actually. Yeah, I'm gonna just read out now, and then that'll be that. Because I want to be able to say goodnight to Earthy. And, you know, it's just very cool. We'll refresh the page to make sure. And I might as well send you guys over my thanks for watching screen. And, yeah, I'll see you guys another time. Good night. Yeah, good night. Absolutely. Get some sleep. It's late for you, too.